Welcome to the FEC Masterminds Podcast.
Let's get it.
The ultimate hub for family entertainment center owners and operators to share ideas, find solutions, and grow your facilities. Real operators, real stories. This is the FEC Masterminds Podcast.
You know what I cannot believe is going on right now?
What can't you believe, Clint?
That kids are going back to school right now. Like, it is way too early for that. Like,
I know, right?
Here is me at 7 years old, first day of school. This was the day after Labor Day.
The day after Labor Day.
That's when you go to school.
When is the day after Labor Day? It's in what month?
September?
Yeah, I think so. At least that's what I heard. So what month are they going back in now? This is crazy. The kids up here in Frederick are going back to school. Frederick, Maryland are going back to school on the 19th. And then a lot of the other counties around here are going back on the 24th and 25th. And then you guys are back when?
We went back this past week. So
that makes perfect sense.
12th, 11th, 12th, whatever it was. And that was still like, there's schools that went earlier than that. Like, it's crazy. We used to have a law in Virginia called the King's Dominion Law, which I thought was funny because it definitely benefited beaches and all tourism in the state. But it was called the King's Dominion Law, and it was you could not go to school until after Labor Day. And slowly, within the last 10 years, schools have been getting special permission to go back to school early, which is nice. I mean, they do get out of school earlier. Like, we get out of school shortly after Memorial Day now, but it just seems weird that, kids are, I feel like we're halfway through summer and now kids are going back to school. I'm like, oh, was that the end of summer?
Yeah,
like,
right.
What happened?
No, and the funny thing about it is that up here, our kids didn't get out of school until like the 15th of June.
Crazy.
Yeah, so they literally had 9 weeks of summer. What's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that?
What's up with that?
and so obviously it affects businesses like ours. I mean,
a little bit
This week, we had a really good Monday, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? I mean,
wait, how was that?
$1.
Is that right? It just okay.
Was that from Meet the Fockers?
Yeah. They got a new one coming out.
Yeah, I did see that. I went and saw the new Spider-Man, and they had a trailer for it. Robert De Niro came up on the screen. And I was like, "Oh, please be a new Fokker movie."
I know, right? It definitely is. No doubt about it. Yeah,
I did like the new Spider-Man movie. I love that they're kind of doing reboots and stuff and bringing all these classic stories back. And So that was fun.
It's good stuff. So I don't understand it, man. I think that Maryland passed a law, I think under Governor Hogan, and that the kids would not go back to school until after Labor Day, and the Board of Ed just said, we don't care. We don't care about we don't care about your laws. We don't care about your freaking laws. And they just kind of bypassed them and did whatever they're going to do. And I just don't get it because, there's so many retailers and businesses that survive based on their summer months.
Yeah. And,
if you don't keep the economy going in your state, that might be a problem.
I mean, realistically speaking, for businesses like ours, we should just abolish schools altogether. So the kids can go to our parks day and night, right?
It'll
be like Pinocchio.
No. But I think that we're not Pleasure Island. But listen, right. But I think that the thought would be the kids should have like a day pass where they could use X amount of day passes throughout the season, throughout the year. And if they went and they get stamped at a participating facility, it's like a get out of jail free card. I think that's an awesome. What do you think? I think we could pitch it. We should pitch it. We should go to Congress and we should pitch this.
Maryland Congress, Virginia Congress,
listen,
or just Congress.
we have 7 listeners on our podcast, and we want you to want you to bend the knee. Yeah. So, the business definitely changes. But anyhow,
yeah.
What do we got in the lineup for today, Clint? What's happening today?
Well, I don't know if you remember the days of drive-in movie theaters. Did you ever go to a drive-in movie theater as a kid?
Yeah. Oh,
it was like the best experience ever, because you would drive to the theater. And then as a child, you have to get there early because, you want to get a good parking space, and then you jump out of the car and you have like an hour or two before it starts, and you'd either head over to the arcade with a bag full of quarters, or you would head over to like the field and play some like catch with dad or friends, or you just like meet, like all of a sudden you're just meeting new people, or sometimes people you knew before, or people who go to the movies often. And it was just such an incredible experience. And so today we have Seth, who's coming on the show, Drive-In Theater in Kentucky that they have just purchased, renovated, and we're going to be talking about their experience with that and what they're doing to bring the droves back to the drive-in theater market. But first, go ahead.
I was going to say that's an interesting market. I mean, you would think, like, if I said, hey, to anybody that if I walked around there, I'd be like, what do you think about drive-in theaters? They'd be like, oh, they were fun. We used to went back when, like you and I were just sitting here talking, waxing philosophically about the nostalgia of going to the experience of going to a drive-in theater. So, you hear a lot about these things that were when we were kids, when I was a kid. So skating was huge. And we've got our friends up at the Castle who just opened up a huge roller rink.
Yeah, roller rinks are opening up all over the country.
Yeah, it's and so here it is. It's coming back. Is it a drive-in movie theater coming back? Is it coming back to America? Because it's epic. It is like you said. It's not just going to the movies. I went to the movies just on Monday, and you walk in. It's no big. You get your popcorn. You get whatever. I had to get my snow caps. Got to have snow caps.
Raisinets.
Okay, really? Here's Raisinets? Yeah. Okay, so mine is snow
Raisinets.
Caps. Got to have snow caps. And actually, the last time I went, which was a week before, they were out. And I totally had a meltdown right there.
Wait, how often do you go to movies?
So I've been to the movies actually when I was 2 weeks prior. 2 weeks prior. Sorry,
okay.
Let me get my story straight. But anyhow, so yeah, and I look at that and I'm like, okay, so and that was just like you walk in, you go to the movies, and you walk out. But like you just said, it is an experience. It's an event, and they were huge during COVID.
Yeah,
I mean, they opened one up in Frederick. You couldn't.
That's the only thing you could do.
You couldn't be within 65 feet of another person. I think that's what it was, wasn't it?
65
feet. Yeah.
Something crazy. Well, we're going to get to Seth here in just a second, but before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about Creative Works. Creative Works, two things. One, great company. If you're looking to redo your laser tag arena or put in some like blacklight mini golf or some high-end golf, they are an amazing theming company and attraction company that you can go and just get immersive story experience for your rides or attractions. Our buddies up at Neb's Fun World right now are building this massive laser tag arena with Creative Works. I am so jealous because this is one of their biggest projects they've ever done, and it is just the things that Nebs does is just incredible. And so really looking forward to seeing how that turns out. I've of course worked with Creative Works in the past on different attractions and such, but another amazing thing that they're doing is this upcoming week they have Amusement 360, and I shouldn't say this upcoming week, I should probably give you dates. When you're listening to this, it's like the week after this, but hold on a second. Let me get the dates. Where's the calendar? Amusement 360. It's going to be the 25th, 26th, and 27th of this month. They hold it twice a year, once in the springtime, once in the fall. It's great for startup businesses who are looking to get into the FEC industry. They have great 2 days worth of great panel discussions and all sorts of great stuff. They have vendors there that you can chat to about getting all of the things that you're going to need from like A&H Renee's going to be there doing, redemption stuff. Intercard's going to be there selling card systems. So definitely check it out. Amusement 360. If you can't make it this upcoming week, which makes sense, definitely check it out for next spring, because they do it twice a year, and they do a factory tour too, which is incredible. I mean, the way they build all of this stuff, it is crazy. And this is their second variation of the factory, and it's really just like an assembly line. It comes in one door, goes all the way through, and it's a laser tag or mini golf course on the other end. So it's really cool to see how that works out. Well, now we are joined here by Seth from Calvert Drive-In Theaters in Kentucky. Seth, how are you?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
Good.
We're doing well. We were just reminiscing about the days of drive-in movie theaters, and how nostalgic that is. And here you are. You own a drive-in movie theater, but you are very new to the industry. Tell us about yourself and about the facility.
Yeah, so I'm here at the Calvert Drive-In Theater. The theater was built in 1953. The Harrington family, they built it. They actually had 5 drive-in theaters in the area at one time, but it was operated consecutively until 2021. The owner passed away. She was 110 years old when she passed. So
wow,
yeah, it was
110. Holy smokes.
Yeah. I hope to live that long, but she passed, unfortunately, and the property went up for sale. And my wife and I, over the years of dating, had visited here a time or two. Enjoyed the theater. It was just something special to our community, and I was just tired of doing what I was doing. And we decided to take a leap of faith and buy the drive-in. And so we reopened it in 2023 after it had been closed for almost 2 years. And then we had a pretty good opening season. We kind of opened halfway through the summer season. We bought the property May 2023, opened mid-June, halfway through the summer. And so we got a few weeks in, and then school went back, and we were figuring out what are we going to do. So we had this building sitting here on the property. It's a 5,000 square foot building that used to be an auto museum, and we decided to turn it into a redemption arcade.
Fantastic. So a modified FEC.
Yeah. An FEC. I didn't know what that word was a couple years ago. I couldn't tell you last year. Actually, I couldn't tell you what an FEC was. But once we started this project, the term became familiar, and I guess you could say we are a modified FEC.
Before you got into owning a drive-in theater, did you know anything about the movie business in general? Because the movie business is crazy. Like the way you pay for the rights to play the movies and all that kind of stuff is just nuts.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing, none whatsoever. I was like, we're buying this theater, we're gonna do it, and then I don't know how. I really don't know how, looking back, how we pulled it off, because licensing, it's a big deal. You have to sign up with all of these studios. You have to sign agreements, licensing contracts with studios on licensing their content, playing their content, and obviously they want to be paid like every one of us. So that was a little bit of navigation. I started out with a booking agent that was helping me book movies with the studios, but now I do all the booking myself, and I talk to the studios almost daily. So it's pretty fun to be talking to Hollywood on a daily basis.
And you have one screen, correct?
Yeah, we are a single screen drive-in, so it's tough. It's that's been one of the biggest challenges to a drive-in movie theater. We can play anything. Like right now, we have the brand new Spider-Man. Brand new day. We've got that on screen. This is our last weekend for it, but that's a 3-week movie for us. So if we play something new like that, we might have to commit to 2 or 3 weeks. And when you have one screen, sometimes people say, well, you're playing the same thing over and over. Well, we pretty much have to. So if I had another screen or more time of the day to play something, that's another thing. We can't play the movie until it's dark. So 9 o'clock at night, movie plays, and I'm usually getting home. If we have a double feature, I'm getting home at 2 a.m. So
I was going to say that was always. I remember going the last drive-in theater I went to. We saw House on Haunted Hill and Blair Witch Project. It was a double feature. And yeah, so that was
90s, man. That was in the 90s. Holy smokes! And then let's go to the pond. Let's go on to the snack room.
Yeah.
The hot dog.
Let's go to the lobby.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, that's what it is.
We have some of those old intermission reels on our screen between shows, and that's another thing. That was a learning curve for us when we first started. We would play one movie, and then the screen would go black. And we'd leave it black for about 10 minutes, get through intermission, and then we go play the second movie. But I learned how to take that content and get it onto our server and get it onto the screen. So now between movies, you've got that old, the hot dog dancing around and the popcorn, and the guy in the tuxedo and the countdown saying, how many minutes it is till the next show. So it's fun. Finding those old clips and putting those on screen again.
That's pretty cool. Now, but you've probably upgraded a lot of the equipment and things like that, right? For the projectors and all that. So
we didn't, not with a projector necessarily, but the projector is about 13 years old. It's really time for a new projector. We're running a 6,500 watt xenon lamp. It's a Barco 32B projector, which is a digital projector. But we really need to upgrade to laser because parts for that are becoming a little more difficult to find. And the laser is a lot more efficient and a lot brighter, but that's a pretty pricey upgrade for us. So we're going to have to see how that goes. Yeah,
I was going to say that's an expenditure. So the one part of being in business for yourself that you never like, is like those expenses of when things wear out.
Right.
Yep. Okay, back in the day, when you would go to the drive-in, there would be like that radio box thing that you would hang on your windshield to hear the audio. I assume that's not, at least just tune into a radio station or something, right?
So we actually do still have the field speakers.
Oh, wow.
About half of them are working. When we first opened 3 years ago, I had all of them working. They were working great. But this year they have taken a beating. We've got a lot of newcomers to the drive-in. They see the pole when they pull in, but when they pull out, they can run over the pole and take it out. And sometimes they don't know they did. So I need to, now that we're slowed down for the season, I need to walk through there and fix some of those field speakers. But we do have field speakers still. But our main source of sound is it's 91.1 FM. So it's FM broadcasting. So we have an FM transmitter, and that's really the way to go. Bring a radio. We have radios you can rent if you don't have one, or you'd like to sit outside. Some people like to put lawn chairs out and sit outside. So we do have some radios, different options, different ways to listen to the movie.
Seth needs to DJ the intermission, get like a raised platform, but he's just sitting there going like this, but there's no music playing because the music's playing in all the cars.
Yeah.
Be perfect. That'd be perfect.
Now, Seth, we were talking about when I used to go, people would get there early so you could get a good spot, and you get your concession stand food, and you would go and I would go play. There'd be a little playground. I could go play at. You get to know kids, play baseball, all that stuff. Does that still happen, or what does it look like today?
Yeah, definitely. So getting people to the drive-in early is a little challenging today. Sometimes we do have a lot of newcomers that don't remember that. So we say get there early, and they might show up 15 minutes before the show, and then they're in a line that's a mile long for concessions. But we do get people. We actually open at 4:00 in the afternoon, and the movie starts at 9. So we open 5 hours before the movie starts, and we are known for our cheeseburgers. The Calvert Drive-In Theater has they had legendary burgers before we bought the place, and we've continued that. We make them just like they were made years ago. It's nothing for me to go through 1,000 hamburger patties on a Friday night. I mean, we have a 72-inch flat top grill, and we keep it full all night long. So I think last year we went through 28,000 pounds of beef.
Holy smokes.
And half of that was just 3 months in the summer. So
holy smokes! Wow.
We do stay open year round too. So, but yeah, people get there early. They get in line and get food. we have what's called ditch kids. Everybody, people come up to us in the concession line are like, I was a ditch kid, because we have this big ditch out in the front between the screen and the first row. And the kids will just run out there and they'll get in the creek and play, and they'll build forts. They'll pull rocks out of the creek and they'll build little forts up at the edge. And kids just have a good time in the creek. And that's one thing about this place. That's why we bought it. When we were looking through old pictures of this place on Google, trying to decide whether we were going to buy this place or not, you see all those trunks open and all the kids playing. It was a no-brainer. We had to buy this place and bring it back.
I thought ditch kids meant that the parents just drove by.
Yeah.
They're your problem
hey,
now.
Johnny,
we'll see you at 2 a.m.
Hope you have enough for a radio.
Yeah, we're not babysitters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So obviously, there's some things I never really thought of when I used to go to drive-in theaters, but now that I'm thinking of like almost as an owner-operator. Well, first of all, before I ask the question, how many cars can you get in to the facility?
So we can technically hold 300 cars. That's really our capacity. Sometimes we've shut it off at 250 just because we want to make sure we get everybody through the concession line. And if I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get everybody through the concession line and have a good experience, I might close the gate early. But a couple years ago for Twisters, the brand new Twisters that came out, we had 380 cars in here. Wow. So we had them packed pretty much. We had people parking outside and walking in with lawn chairs. So
wow. And you charge them, right?
Yeah. So yeah. So
now that's a movie you'd want to see to drive.
Yeah.
And a really cool thing. We waited a few more weeks because anytime like a new movie comes out like Twisters, you can't really play the first one. They put it in what's called moratorium. So we had to wait a few weeks and play Twister with Twisters. But when we did, it was like there was a lightning storm here. So it was, Twisters
Epic.
was on the screen and we had thunder and lightning, and it was the best special effects you could ask for.
Thank you, Lord. Appreciate that.
Well, so my question I was going to ask was, okay, but you're saying the concession stands are crazy long lines. But people can bring their own food in, I would assume, because it's their car. Like you could say don't, but it's their car. Yeah. How do you stop them from doing that?
So I'm glad you touched on that, because there are drive-ins that charge an outside food permit. We currently don't. We are known for our food, and people that know us, they know they're not going to bring food in. That's part of coming to our drive-in is the food. So you have to get the food here. So just because it's so good. And I say that because I'm partial, partly, but it really is good. These burgers are different. You can't get them anywhere else. But theaters rely on concessions. It's like any other theater you go to. They really rely on concession sales. So we like to say, please, no outside food or drink. We don't really, I don't go around and, beating people up if they bring it in. We do see some food come in from outside, but it's really helpful for us when people buy concessions here, because we have 25 employees in the summertime. Trying to pay them, we pay a decent wage. We don't have any minimum wage jobs here, so that's how we keep this place alive, is with our food. The movies are great. We love playing new movies, but when you play a new movie, like I said, you have to have it for a length of time, or you have to pay a licensing fee, and sometimes that's a large licensing fee. So I'm not making a whole lot of money on the tickets. So really, the food is how we keep this place going.
How's the arcade been doing? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Clint.
I was just going to say their ticket prices are ridiculously cheap compared to an actual movie theater. I paid $28 a ticket to go see Spider-Man. So it was $60 before we started getting concession stands. Wow. And I looked over, you guys are at 10?
Yeah, it's $10. And with Spider-Man, so school just went back for us this week. So we lost a lot of our staff to school. Spider-Man's a really long movie, so we stuck with one movie for Spider-Man, but we usually have a double feature. So when so $10 gets you two movies. So except for Spider-Man, and then we're going to be doing The Odyssey, which is another long movie. We'll have it by itself, but typically $10 gets you two movies. So it's really a good value.
Yeah, that's an incredible value, man. I mean, for $10, I'm driving down. I mean, I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going down there. I'm leaving today, and I'm going to go
see us.
Well, and I love I was going through your Facebook or your website, and I love the lineup you guys have. You got Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets double feature coming up. You got Cars and Toy Story, the 2 original Pixar films there coming up. Jurassic Park. Oh my God, I would die to see that in a drive-in. That would be amazing. So
we always do well with Jurassic Park.
This is your second summer or third summer?
No, this is actually our fourth.
Okay.
This is our fourth summer.
Yeah. How are you doing? Is it working out? Is it successful?
It depends on what day you ask me.
Welcome to the FEC world.
Hey, congratulations.
You'll do really well, and you'll have a good weekend, and then here comes what you owe the studios, or you'll have something go out. Last year we lost our AC unit, which was a big commercial AC unit for the concession stand. So that it's always something. We think, we feel like we're going to be here for a while. We think the arcade is going to help us with that. Now we have a space for birthday parties. We don't know if the summer went good or bad. I don't know what to expect, what a redemption arcade usually does in the summertime. I don't know what it's going to do in the wintertime. So we're just kind of just going with it and seeing what we can do.
Yeah. The biggest thing with arcades that we've ever found is making sure that everything is up and functioning.
Right.
Like the games are stocked up. If you've got redemption, make sure the redemption wall looks good. You talk to those guys at A&A, talk to Clint about it, and, talk to the experts in the industry. And, that's the most important thing that you could ever do is give those people the experience that they're looking for when they walk into your redemption, so that they can come back and say, oh, well, you know what? I didn't win it this time, but, we're going to come back to the movies next week, or we're going to come here again. And it keeps them coming back if they see a clean, organized, and well kept and functioning arcade. It's when they walk in and you get these reviews and say, "Oh, everything was broken," when you have like 5 games that are down. So that definitely hurts. But perception is reality as far as the customer is concerned.
Yeah.
And make sure the arcade industry, that's where it's at, man. Keep them running.
And make sure that your merchandise games has good merchandise in it, because those games are only going to be as good as the stuff that you put in it. So if you have a claw, make sure you're putting good plush in there. Don't put generic, garbage in there. So
I follow you on Facebook and see your claw arcade.
You're the one. He's the
one. Sorry. And I listen to this podcast, so I have a cut to win. I have Over the Edge. I have some merchandisers and things, and my cut to win, it wasn't getting played. And I saw you put a little mini dirt bike in yours, and I was like, oh my gosh! But I found the big dumplings. The huge dumplings that went viral, and I put a big dumpling in that cut to win, and that thing got played. So it definitely matters what you put in there. I have a Over the Edge. That's a 2-player Over the Edge, and I saw that girls weren't playing it, and I've got a daughter that's almost 5, and I'm like, how can I get these girls to play? Because we get boys and girls in here too, and so I made a girls side and a boy side. I don't know if you saw it. I posted in some groups on Facebook, but I thought it turned out pretty cool. But I've got some neatos and things like that. But one side's got like Pokemon cards and monster trucks and stuff, and the other side has it's got some neatos and dumplings and Hello Kitty. So it's things like that. So we just try to get creative and see, and I ask input from my employees, because they're all teenagers. What's the cool stuff? What's doing real well? What does everybody want? And then I'll go out and find it, or I'll put my kids to work and say, hey, I'll give you an extra $20 if you can find me some Pokemon cards, or whatever it is.
A&A Global, A&A Global. Just talk to them.
Talk to A&A, boy. They know what's on point there. And the other thing is having that upgrade. Like Clint's got something that's absolutely the coolest thing. I know that he probably stole it from somebody because that's what we do in our industry.
Yeah,
but you know,
I'm saving to hear what the idea was before I tell you if I stole it or not.
It's upgrading. It's the upgrade.
Well, that's that's the whole style of the Claw Arcade is the ability to trade up. Yeah,
to trade up, allowing, and then we've got friends in the industry that you can just walk in and buy anything in the redemption area. Brian. So we started. A matter of fact, I just started doing that after we talked to Brian. Is like, why not? Let people buy it. But yeah, man, it's constantly, Seth. It's constantly changing. That's what's so fun about that side of the industry. And you get to see what works and what doesn't really fast.
Yeah. So you guys play movies on Friday and Saturday nights, and you guys keep the arcade and food open during the week, except on Mondays and Tuesdays. Are there other events that you can do that would bring in money that you can do, whether it's the off season or maybe you guys are already doing that you guys have found successful?
Yeah, we play movies Wednesday through Sunday through the summer. When school goes back, we adjust and we just do the Fridays and Saturdays. Occasionally we'll do some Thursdays. We do our throwback Thursdays, or we've done some free nights on Thursdays, and we allow other businesses to sponsor that night, so we can say, hey, here's a price if you want to buy the theater for that night, and then you allow everybody in for free. That's one thing we do, but we did events and stuff that we've done. We have done a craft fair 2 years in a row now. In the spring, we allow people come in the daytime, and they set up their pop-up, 10 by 10 pop-up, and they sell handmade goods, arts and crafts and things like that. We had somebody selling like 3D printed stuff, artwork, people painting faces, that kind of stuff. So that allows us to use the theater during the day when we usually can't use the theater because it's not dark enough to play a movie. But that's usually a big day for us when we do that, because we open our concessions. We've done cars and coffee, so we've fired up the grill and put sausage and bacon and eggs and all that, and just let people hang out and look at each other's cars and talk cars. We actually had a time machine DeLorean here last year. We had a time machine DeLorean from Ohio. Actually, the guy was from Ohio, but it was a replica of the car in the movie, and we played all three Back to the Future. So nice. we like making things an experience. It's already an experience to come to the drive-in theater, but when you add that extra element, we get people that travel for hours to come here, it's just amazing when you meet somebody from Virginia or Wisconsin just because they saw you on TikTok or Facebook or something, and they wanted to come see it.
What about trick or treating, or do you do anything for Halloween?
We really need to do a trunk or treat. We haven't done one of those yet, but we do.
Or like not even a trunk or treat. It could be like a driving trick or treat where you just like drive through the course, and the kids probably unsafely are hanging out the window with their bags to collect candy. I know I did that. Funland was part of that once. Yeah, it was probably a COVID thing. Now that I think about it, that's probably why they did it. But it was at a racetrack, like the whole racetrack. You just drive the racetrack, and us as vendors were spread out. And so I had a whole bunch of zombies from a haunted house that we had. So I made it look like the zombies were taking over my car or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, we're always trying. We're always open to some event or something to do. I mean, even one day we did I think it was like a $5 bring your own bucket for popcorn, and people were bringing like 5-gallon buckets, and we'd fill it up for $5 or we get creative. I mean, somebody brought from the police department up here. Somebody brought like an evidence bag. And we filled it up with popcorn, but we gave everybody a carload pass to the movie that they could use whenever they chose, because we did that when it was cold outside. But it was just a way to kind of boost some sales through. And of course, they ended up staying and buying concessions or cheeseburgers or whatever. So we just try to get creative when we can.
I mean, I know this would. I don't know how you would do this, or why you would do this instead of a movie, because it'd probably cost more. But doing a drone show, I think, would be really cool too, because you guys would have the ability to, like, behind the screen, have the drones take off from there and do the show, and people would, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, the previous owners, they had concerts here. We haven't done one yet. It's something we've thought about, but they had a Jimmy Buffett concert here. It was like it was live cast over satellite, and it was like a live concert. Jimmy Buffett did a concert and then just broadcast it out to all these theaters through satellite. So there's always something going in my head. Like, I have all these ideas, I write them down, and I get to them when I get to them.
Yep.
Well, I noticed Erik wasn't contributing any ideas, because they're probably everything he stole from me. So.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to come up with something so I could steal it. So, no worries. I'm taking some notes too. So you guys come up with some more ideas, would you please? I appreciate that.
I call it R&D. It's rip off and duplicate.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Rip off and duplicate.
Rip off and duplicate.
I like it. Yeah, there's so many different aspects of the business that you can do. We actually were approached by a company that wanted us to put in a drive-in movie theater in our parking lot in the fall, in the off season. That we were looking at the possibility, but I just couldn't put the number of cars that you can put in and have a viewable screen. I would assume that the maintenance and things like that is probably pretty low. The biggest concern, of course, is your sound system and the projector, and then you've got maintenance on the building and the video games, which is kind of got to be stretching things a little bit differently for you as far as cost of operations. But your day-to-day costs have to be very minimal in comparison to a standard FEC where we're supporting go-karts or what have you. So
right,
that's a great thing. Do you think that you'll be increasing your costs, or are you going to keep them that low? I mean, is that where they were when you took over? Have you elevated the price at all, or?
So we get that a lot. When we put the arcade in, my wife and I, we borrowed more money to do this project, and we heard some chatter like, oh, well, the prices are going to go up now. But no, I didn't raise my price for the theater at all. We started out, it's $10 a person. We started that when we opened. It was originally $8 a person when it closed. But since we're paying our staff a little more, and we've got other overhead that the previous owners didn't have, we went up to 10. We were required to start charging for kids. You play kids movies. Obviously, the studios want to get paid. So, the movies, the studios, they don't have to sell you. They don't have to sell you movies if they don't think it's going to be profitable for them. So we went up to $2 a kid for ages 6 to 11. It's $2 for to get in. 5 and under are free. But we don't anticipate raising our costs at all. We have had to go up on our food prices a little bit, but we still. Our menus on our website, and you can look at our prices there. We keep our food affordable because this place has always been known to be affordable family fun, and we really want to keep it that way. So
I want to quiz Erik on the menu here, because I did pull up the menu.
Go for
Erik, one of their famous cheeseburgers. How much is it going for?
Famous cheeseburger. I'm going to say, like $9-10.
$5.
What?
Tax included, yeah. $5 tax.
$15. I get a burger and a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have a camping area, Seth, so that I can just set up there?
That's one thing we've thought about doing camp out.
Hey, I got an idea,
overnights?
Clint. So you see that? I had
there
an
you
idea.
go. You had
an idea. There you go.
No, but just to give a quick overview, they're doing $3 a slice on pizza. 16-inch pizza, $16, which that's pretty on par for the amusement industry. We're doing that. I love some of these specialty pizzas. Dill pickle pizza.
Yeah, a dill pickle pizza. Ranch.
Goat cheese, tomato basil pizza.
Yep.
So
that sounds
those
delicious.
Yeah.
There's one on there you probably noticed that. Yeah, I don't know why you haven't mentioned it yet, because in a previous podcast I heard you really like chili dogs.
Oh, I do like chili dogs.
Yeah.
So we have a chili dog pizza. So
what?
Really?
I do not see that. Oh, I do see it. It does say chili dog pizza right there. Wow. Okay. It's so funny because oftentimes what will happen with the Novak Roadshow, I meet so many people at different, Amusement 360 coming up. I will meet some people. You're going to be there, right?
I'm going to be there. Yeah. It'll be my first time going.
And so a friend of mine, Jeff, he's going to be there as well. He owns a facility not too far from you, Atomic City.
Yeah, he's the one that invited me to 360. So Jeff and I have known each other for years.
And he's been trying to get me to Atomic City for 3 years now. And I'm like, well, it really is in the middle of nowhere. Like it's, I have to fly to, I think, Nashville and then drive a couple hours or something like that.
Yeah, man. Well,
but now, I mean, now I'm thinking, well, this is a double stop. Now it's going to make more sense, especially if we got chili dog pizza.
Chili dog pizza. How can you beat it, man? I'm telling you what, that's fantastic. I just want to have one of your cheeseburgers. I'm freaking getting hungry just sitting here thinking about it. So, what's the density of population within, let's say, a 30-mile radius from where you're at? Do you know?
I don't know exactly. I know the town we're in is very small, like 5,000 people or less, right here in this, the next, 10-mile radius or so. But we're probably pulling from 150,000 people in 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it's, we get a lot of traffic from Clarksville, Tennessee, which is about an hour from here. And so that's a pretty good pull for us. People drive that hour to come see us. There's an Army base down there too. So
what a huge compliment, though, that people were willing to drive an hour for a movie. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, we're thankful for that.
Yeah, that's great. Now, you are located in the Calvert Drive-In. How far? You said you're about an hour from the Tennessee line, or?
Yeah, about an hour. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
We're right here in Western Kentucky, so and he mentioned Jeff's in Paducah, which is probably the most populated town close to us. That's where my wife and I live, and we're only about 25 minutes from Paducah.
Okay.
Wow. Well, Seth, really appreciate it. Seth actually reached out, clintnovak@gmail.com, and said he wanted to come on and tell his story, and that's what we are all about here at the FEC Masterminds Podcast. So if you have a facility and story that you would like to share, all you have to do is email me at clintnovak@gmail.com. Seth, I appreciate it, really do,
Absolutely.
And I look forward to a chili dog pizza. I need to go and see if I find some pictures. You need to send me a picture of this.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll send you a picture of it. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
Yeah, I like the R&D, man. That's already been plagiarized. So it's already locked in, brother. Thank you.
Take it.
Appreciate
I stole it from somebody myself.
That's all right. Gonna have to get out there and visit you, man. Good luck with everything going forward, and I'm looking forward to seeing how your success, how your business moves forward in a successful manner, man. It's great. Good stuff.
Well, that was a fun show. Seth, thank you so much for coming on and chatting about drive-in movie theaters in the modern age here. Was really excited to hear about how that is going and that it's successful. So glad that you joined us. Again, clintnovak@gmail.com if you'd like to be on the FEC Masterminds Podcast. All you got to do is send us an email, and we will have you come on, tell your story, and tell us about your facility and what you're doing that's unique. That other people can R&D. I love that term, R&D. Thank you guys so much, and thanks to Erik Stottlemyer, the co-host of the FEC Masterminds Podcast. My name is Clint Novak, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Bye.